Hello dear students, I welcome you all for today's class. Today we are going to learn about criticism. This is your special paper number 4 which comes under the TYBA English. Today we are going to deal with the criticism and the terminology is related to critic. Before moving forward, we should know about what is criticism. When we heard the word criticism, undoubtedly that the negative thoughts come into our mind, like that criticism should be, to criticize someone or criticize a literary work. But this is not the reality. Criticism means to judge or evaluate something on the merits and demerits of the thing. So, what should be its definition? Criticism is a study, discussion, evaluation, and interpretation of literature. Here, mainly, we are dealing with the literary criticism. So, we are going to talk about the literary work itself only. Now, the next one is criticism is the art of estimating the qualities and characters of the literary or artistic work. No doubt in the literary criticism we are going to find out the merits and demerits of the artistic work of the writer, where we are going to find out its qualities and its merits and demerits as well. So, what is the origin of the word criticism? This word is derived from the Greek word kritikos, which means a judge of a literature. And then later on, in the 2nd century, the word changed into the criticus, which means the interpretation of text and words. And now we called it as a criticism. Now, we have to know about what is the meaning of the criticism and what its a function. Criticism is the art of judging the qualities and values of an aesthetic object in a literature or in fine arts. Not only in the particular criticism works on the literary work, but also in the fine arts as well. If there is some nice painting, there is some aesthetic art is there, so you can criticize it as well. But for that purpose you have to have that sense as well. Without having the knowledge and without having the aesthetic sense, you are not able to criticize anything. It is the art of interpreting art. Criticism is not concerned with the interpretation of life. It is concerned with the interpretation of life as an essay. Means that our life having some kind of a story, and if we are going to capture this story into form of a booklet or in a form of essay, so that interpretation of that story is going to called as a criticism. It's not related to life, but it is related to the story of life, what it already happened to in your life, and what how you examined your life right now. So this is the way to criticize on the life or on the work of art. Literary criticism is a systematic development of intelligent and adequate reading. Criticism is the practice of judging and merits and faults or something. So no doubt this is the interpretation and evaluation of the literary work. Let's move forward to the literary critic. So the person who criticizes the literary work, that person is called as a critic. A literary critic is someone who argues on behalf of an interpretation and understanding of a particular meaning of a literary text. What a literary critic do? First he studied the literary material. First he find out the merits and demerits and classified the works into the different segments, and then he gives his judgment on the basis of his studies, on the basis of his interpretation. So that person is called as a critic. Now, the qualities of a good critic. This is the question which comes into your exam. What are the qualities of a good critic? First, you have to know what is the criticism, who is critic, and what a person who is a critic requires a qualities. So these are the qualities which we are going to deal today. The critic is a listener who understands what is said to him. That critic who is going to listen, who is going to understand what a literary text is all about. A good critic should have the qualities in himself for which described as follows. The first one is knowledge of human life. A critic should know about the life, the philosophy of life, and what is the life all about. He must have understanding of what life call itself. If the work is a play or a novel, he must know of the human nature and raw material upon which the theme is built. So this quality is a very must in a critic, that he should know the knowledge of life and what the novel or the play is stand for. The next one is command over the language, because that critic should have the knowledge of language, because he is going to interpret the literary work, and at the end he have to give the conclusion. So for that matter he should have the command over the language. In a literary work of art is present to the reader in the form of words and images or a concept. The language of the artist should be the fully intelligible, or a reader or the critic should have these kind of qualities, because he is the man that people gonna listen to him. Because after criticism, if I am going to read someone's novel, so before reading that novel I would prefer the criticism before going to the original text, because in the criticism all the merits and demerits are already declared about the critic. So before reading any novel, any piece of literary work, I would first prefer the critical material. So that for that purpose it should be very clearly described in a criticism, right? So the next one is biographical knowledge of the writer. This is also a very logical thing, because if I am going to criticize someone's work, so I should have know about the person first. So for that matter, biographical knowledge of the writer should I have to be read about, or I would ask about, or I would personally know about. A good critic should have to educate knowledge of the author's life. If author is already dead, so that the literary material will help me out. Means how to get the knowledge about the author. So first I have to go with the knowledge of the authors, and where he born, how he writes, and all the required knowledge I would first read, and then I would go to the material of the writer. Now the next one is creative experience. The aim of all fine arts is to please. No doubt, why we read the novel and stories, novellas, essays, whatever, just to please ourselves. So the main aim behind the writing is to please someone. A good critic should have an aesthetic sense to pass his judgment of the work. So if I'm a critic, so I should have that aesthetic sense to know, means what the writer is trying to convey through his words and feelings. He should have a creative experience which may help him to bring out the best qualities in a piece of art. Means I am the person, if I am a critic, so I would have the quality to find out, to bring out whatever the aesthetic scenes a writer should want to convey, or whatever the main aim behind the writing, I should find out from the text. The next one is a well read man. Means to criticize someone, I have a huge knowledge about the text. If I am going to critique someone's fiction work, so I should have knowledge about what is fiction, and what is the meaning of the character and plot and story, whatever, what is diction. So first I have to know the knowledge about the each terminologies which is useful in a criticism. A good critic should have be a well-read man. He should have read the ancient and the most modern works of the writers. So I should have read his previous work as well, and then recently what he had written. So I would go to his writings, and I would firstly find out what is the theme of his writing, what is the style of his writing. Then I would convey the critical material. If he judges an old work, he must think of all the allusions and history. He would have the knowledge of a morphological aspects of the language to judge that work. If he judges a modern book, he should be aware of the modern trends in a literary criticism. So a critic should be updated. He should know what is the modern terms in a literary criticism, what is the meaning and how these terms are used in a particular context, and then it will be easy for a critic to criticize any literary work. The next one is comparison and analysis. Comparison and analysis means first that comparison, we have to compare its own work. Means if he had already written the fiction, non-fiction, poetic material, so what would I do? I would try to compare his each and every work. This is his own comparison. And what would I do? In sometimes I would compare his own fiction to someone else's fiction work. So this is the way I would find out the gist of the theme or gist of the writing. These are the chief tools of the critic, and so a perfect critic must be an expert in the use of these tools. His use of these tools must be subtle and skillful. He must know what and how compare and how to analyze. After comparison, the next thing is to analyze. Means while doing the comparison, I would analyze. If I'm a critic, I would analyze the different aspects of writing, and then on the basis of all my interpretation and evaluation, I would give the conclusion of the literary text. And that conclusion, here in this conclusion, I would write the merits of the material, the demerits of the material. What would I think? I would just try to explore each and every aspects of the work. So these qualities of a critic will helpful. If the critic have those qualities, then he will be a good critic. So on this note, I would like to end this lesson here. Hope this lesson will be helpful for your studies. Thank you so much for joining me.